Hi, my name is Michał. Today I would like to show you Selfoss fire station. With me is
Birgir Julius
and
Sveinbjörn.
they show for us ambulance. We start from the ambulance and then we will show you the fire trucks.
Yeah.
So, like you see, we have here the Mercedes Sprinter. It's a new ambulance with a new equipment. What you can say about this car?
Yeah, here in Selfoss we have 3 of these new cars. They came last year, 2021, and
They came from Poland.
From Poland, yeah. And I'll just show you in the main cabin. Here we have most of the equipment. Here are the bags. This is for the children. The main bag that we always take on calls. Here's some air and the
Life bulk.
life pack defibrillator and Lucas. Yeah.
It's a pretty new equipment,
Yeah.
and it's very helpful.
Here we have, we call this in Icelandic skröpur. It's for picking up people when they can't stand up.
What you can see here?
Yeah. So here's the main seat for the EMT, and we call this the bar. I mean, needles and bandages, liquids. Most of the things you need to do when you are taking care of a patient. Over here we have extras for the oxygen.
Some mask.
Yeah, mask, and we call this glasses. It's for here under the nose, and something for burns, and over there in the back there's the burn gear and splits for when people break their hands or something like that.
Control panel.
Here's a little oxygen tank, and over here in here we have 2 big ones, so we have enough oxygen.
I see that here is the monitor with the temperature.
Yeah.
So I guess that there is the box with the warm liquids.
Warm liquids here, and also over there. So here, yeah.
Okay. Let's see how looks the cabin.
Here we have a battery for the chair that we use to bring people up and down stairs. We have a computer here to guide us when we're going on calls, and Motorola Tetra that we use to contact the 112 service. So yeah, there's a lot more equipment here in the front. Here we have some safety helmets, glasses and stuff like that.
What you can say about this car, because this is new car, it's a different that you used before. Is it some different between the ambulance that you used before? It's some higher, or
these new ones, they are a little bit bigger. The old ones were when they were standing here without the crew, they were at max weight, 3,500 kilos, but these ones have airbags in the back, and they can carry more weight, so these are better in that way.
Like we can see, the new ambulance have a different color that ambulance that you used before.
Yeah, the ambulances in Iceland used to be white, and
like this one over there, for example.
yeah, and the new ones came all yellow because of, I think it's European regulations.
Yeah. So here behind this one we have splints, the chair to bring people up and down stairs, fire extinguishers, the oxygen that we can reach from the other side, and a board to carry patients.
This chair is very helpful because you don't need to lift the patient. Sometimes the patient is not light, sometimes it's heavy. Then you can use it and you don't need to use your muscle.
Yeah, you can bring people up and down stairs with it.
the problem with them are people are usually very scared and they want to grab onto something when we're moving. We're always telling them, put your hands.
Then you can use the tape and.
And this is just a medical backpack that we can take on when we have to go for hikes or something to get people.
What we can see here is a lot of LED lights.
Yeah, it's more LED in these new cars than in the old ones, and that's really good when we have a lot of darkness here in Iceland, so it's good to have good lights.
In this ambulance is a news tracker.
Yeah,
we like see.
With these new cars, it's the first time we get the electric striker. Then we don't have to lift the patient as much. So yeah, we can just, it's manual or automatic. We don't have to lift the patient.
You can put it down and then move the patient and then lift with the patient.
Yeah, we don't have to lift it up like we used to.
How many ambulances you have in this fire station?
We have 4 or 5. We can if the shit hits the fan, we can get 5 here. There's 4 inside here, and then we have 1 outside. But we don't have people working on them all day, so we have usually 1 and 2 are always manned 24/7, and then we can call out extras for more cars if we need to.
Okay, now I would like see your trucks, the fire trucks. Okay, let's see what kind of cars you have here. The first one is Scania.
This is our first car. We use this as our first responder fire car, and the marking on the door here is 81131. 81 stands for our area in Iceland, and 131 is 13 is our first car with a water pump.
Okay.
And it's first.
And how big is the water tank here?
This Scania has 4,000 liters and 200 liters of foam. We have lights here on the side that show if the tanks are full. So these lights are orange and these are green. The green lights show the water tank and the orange lights show the foam tank. So we can see from long distances if the tanks are getting empty.
What we can see that you have tires with spikes. Is it the basic here on Iceland for trucks?
Yes, I think I can say that. All of our cars have nails or spikes over the winter time.
It used to be all year round with spikes, but since we had day shifts here, we shift them out for our summer tires.
Okay.
So, but the other cars are usually on spikes all year round.
Let's see how looks the cabin.
We have in this car 5 subs, as we call it in Iceland. It's the self-breathing mechanism for firefighters. There's 4 in the back and 1 in the front here. So we can get 5 people ready for smoke diving on the way. Usually we'd only have 3 in the back, but there are 4 subs, so we can get 5 people ready. Here in the back we have helmets for our controllers. This is the driver. He controls the pump on this car, and the one who takes this helmet here and this vest, he's going to manage the smoke diving. He's going to be the boss over the smoke divers and control everything there. And then we have our communication systems here. This is VHF, VHF. And then here we have an infrared thermal camera. And yeah, some energy and water for firefighters.
I saw that you have there a Principolo. The Principolo is everywhere.
Yeah, the Polish Prince Polo. Here the sub is built into the seat, so we can take this up and put it on the sub while we're driving.
Okay, let's see what is here in the back.
So this right side on the car, we call this the A side, the acute side. Here's the gear that we mostly use when something has to be done really fast.
What we see here is rescue tools.
Yeah, the rescue tools and cutting equipment for cutting up cars. And
these are actually brand new. They just came last week.
Last week, I see that it's.
And yeah, we're waiting for the hoses to limp up so we can put them together.
Yeah, they're supposed to be here. Both the orange and the blue, but they're stiff and brand new, and yeah, we can't put them both here right now. Here we have a generator, power generator. And whole Matro airbag system that can lift about...
Lift the cars or some heavy things.
These big ones here can lift more than 20 tons, and the small ones 15 tons.
Is it typical for firefighters on Iceland that you're using whole Matro or some another brands?
Some firefighting teams are using Lucas, but I think most of the teams are using whole Matro in Iceland.
Lucas is usually the battery tools.
Yeah. We have some whole Matro battery tools also, which we will show you later.
So we have here airbag, safety bag, safety gear. We have stabilizers, and we have a fog nail, long fog nail, and wire cutters.
Some tools here on the top.
Yeah, these are just wood cubes that we help us build undercars and stuff like that.
To stabilizer?
Yeah.
And this is the control gear for the airbag systems.
Yeah, we also the Norwegian chains. Have you heard about them?
No.
No. Okay. This is a Norwegian method to extract the vehicle, and we put chains over the A post, and we use a car to hold the car, the victim's car in the back, and then we pull with the chains, the A posts, and the car opens just like this.
So we have to make a few cuts with the gear here, and then we put the chains in the front and the back of the vehicle, and we pull it
like open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just open. It's kind of opens like this. Then all the front of the car is just lifts up, and the steering wheel and everything, and the passenger is free. And it takes. You have to train a lot to get this right, but we used
this method.
This method, yes, in accident just like 2 months ago.
Okay. And so the driver was stuck in the car, and then you cut the body of the car and used.
Yeah. Just break the front window and put it around the A posts, and the fire truck just pulled, and another car was in the back and hold the victim's car, and then we extracted the car and opened it.
But these are just regular chains, I think, for moving things around, but it's used for this Norwegian method. So it's just normal chains that cranes would use, for example, to lift things.
So you think that it's a faster method than method with the rescue tools?
It's at least another method, and in some incidents it's way better. So it's always good to have more than one method to do things.
And we usually do 2 loops around the A-post, and then the chain will just contract itself over the post. So,
so in the next cabin here we have more of similar things, rescue tools. This is our rescue saw here with a big blade, multi-blade, so we can cut timber, iron and concrete. This is to protect the airbags. So we put these under and over the airbags if there's some danger of them cutting. This is just for safety. When we have cut cars, we can put this over the posts so people don't cut themselves. This is for stabilizing. This is we call it in Icelandic þrepakuppar. It's just
for stabilize the car.
Steps for putting under cars. We lift them up and then they stabilize. Here we have a battery chainsaw. And here are some battery tools also from DeWalt. Drilling machines, saws, few kinds, and angle grinder. So we can do most of the things we need to do with these tools. Here are 2 fork nails, shorter than in the other chair.
Attacking and defending. We've been. They've been here for like 2 years, and we are always amazed when we use them because they work very well. So we just take the infrared camera and find the spots like on the roof, and then we just drill through it and put it there, and we usually just hit the fire straight on with it.
And then you don't need use too much water.
Yeah. And also we can knock down most of the fire before we have to go inside. So we have less danger inside when we go there. And here we are more on the water side, so water hoses and a really big fire blanket for turning out fires in cars.
Is it working, especially here in Iceland?
Yeah, we have used this a few times, practicing and
in real
calls. Yeah. The thing about this is it's really good to have it, and if we have to use it for some reasons, like if you are in a water protected area where the drinking water is and we don't want to get poison in the ground, it's very good to use this, or in maybe building basements where cars are or something like that. It's really good to use this, but we usually don't use this because it takes about 4 or 5 hours to clean it thoroughly and dry it. So
after action.
After action. So yeah, it's a lot of work to clean it, and the station here smells like.
This is why the traditional method is much better.
Yeah. It's not better for the environment, but it's more convenient for us if in normal cases. So, but this is great to have. Yeah, and over here we have 4 air bottles extra for the firefighters. So we can exchange when they've finished their air. So here in the back we have the control panel and the pumps. This car has 4,000 liter pump and a 4,000 liter water tank, so we can empty it in 1 minute. Here is the control panel. Here we can control the working lights on top and on the sides. Here we can start and stop the engine. Here we can change the images on the car, the display. Here we see all the water outtakes and the system, how it works. 4,000 liters of water, 2,000 200 liters of foam. On this side we have the pumping, suction, filling up the water tank, emptying the pump, and here is the foam system on the bottom here. And on this turnable knob here we can adjust the power of the pump. And up here we have just some extras for hoses, keys, and some exchange. This is stolts from 5 inches to 4 inches. So, for example, over here on the pump we have 5 inch outtakes, but our hoses and our
with a different size, then you can change.
They are all 4 inches, but this pump system here is 5 inches, so we have to have these exchange
to connect.
Yeah.
Okay, what we can find on the roof?
On the roof, so here we have 3 ladders, just one small one, and this one's called a hook ladder. We can hook this onto roofs on the top here. So here we can just do like this, and then we can hook this on to roofs. And on the bottom here we have a big rescue ladder. And this is all manual. We have to take this down the manual way. It's not electric. And then here we have a big water pump. This is 2008 liter monitor. And when we turn it on, it shoots up from the ceiling here and comes to good working height. So you can stand and use it. Here are just some basic tools. I'm not sure what this is called in English, but we call it in Icelandic sinuklappur. It's for turning out wildlife fires and grass and some trees and something like that. And here we have just some cleaning up for shovels. This is it's to clean up oil. This is just moss, I think. Yeah, dried moss. And our lights here that we can bring up to light up the area.
So we have a warning sign, and this is quite bright because in Iceland in the summer months the sun doesn't set down, so we have light all summer, but it actually works really well.
This is the control panel, and then we can control what we have standing in the screen. And like Julia said, it's bright, and people notice it even during sunny days. And now we can see the lights I was telling you about. The orange lights is the foam tank, and the green lights is the water tank. And you can see these from far distances. So yeah, we can easily see if
even if you are far away from the car.
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah, it's really bright, so we can see it from far away. So here's mostly more water-related gear. Here's our nozzles. We have a few here, different sizes. This one is 960 liter for 3-inch hose. Usually 2 people use this. really heavy to use this alone. And these are 460 liter for C hoses. Yeah. And then we are just these here. We are trying these out. So we have extra many right now. So
these are unique because they have this 45 angle and also straight angle. It's just two settings on it.
Yeah, well, this you can adjust all the way from straight to, I don't know, maybe 80 degrees angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On these we have a 100-meter cable or hose, 1-inch hose. So this is the high bar setting for the pump.
Yeah. High pressure.
High pressure, yeah. So this works around 40 bars, while the low pressure hoses work on around 7 bars. Here we have a lot of equipment. Here's as you see, hazmat. This is just some gear for if some poison chemicals spill down. Here's what we wear when we have to go up from the ground. Belts to guarantee that we don't fall, and strings and something like that. I can maybe show you just a little bit. So here are belts, small to hook onto yourself, and then the working lines. We have 2 of these in every car, so you can hook it up and hook this into yourself, and it locks. But if you do like this, you can slide. So if you have to go up on ceilings or roofs, we use this to guarantee that we don't fall. And a lot of small equipment here, safety glasses, cleaning equipment for cleaning our gear, and
aluminum blankets.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, some heat warmers for toes and fingers, some COVID masks, safety glasses, earbuds, and aluminum blankets for people when they are cold. So yeah, like I said earlier, C and B. This is 3-inch hose. This is a 1.5 inch. And then we have like here, A, it's the 4-inch hose. So these are our largest hoses. B, medium, and C is the small ones in the low pressure hoses. And then all of our high pressure hoses are 1 inch. So in this here we have a lot of stuff. Here's our smoke blower. We use this to clean out smoke. This one is gasoline, and here we have another one electric. Here we have just some safety gear for our firefighters, extra oxygen, and some heart defibrillator from LifePack, small one, and some gear if we cut ourselves or something like that. Here's a really good working light that we can bring out to the field, raise up. So yeah, this is really good to have when we are working. We have the big light here on top that we can raise, but this one is always stuck on the car, so we can bring this one around the corner or something.
You can take with you.
Yeah, so this one is really good. Here are some extra 1-inch hoses for the high pressure water, yeah. And some, in that box here we have extra masks for us when we are not smoke diving, but there's poison in the air. So we have some strum. We are trying to think about our safety, so we try to use this when we are not working in smoke diving, but there is smoke and poison in the air. We have a few of these on every car. So all of our working people should be able to use this. Here is just some foam blender and foam nozzle and 3 fire extinguishers. And yeah, that's about it.
How old is this car?
This car is 2017 model.
So it's not old.
It's not old, no. It used to be our newest car until this one arrived here just a few weeks ago.
It's your new leather.
Yeah, it just came from France around the New Year's in January.
How high is?
32 meters high. Our old leather is 1979 model, so it was time to get a new
change.
one. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's really much difference to get.
Okay, we can see how looks the cabin.
So, like earlier,
yes, like
81 is our area, 14 is a leather car, and this one is number 1. If we had more, then the next one would be 2. So, like here, this is number 1, but we have another one over there. That's number 132. This car has a 360-degree camera. So when I'm driving and I'm gonna put up the car, I can see here on the screen for 360 degrees the car, and everything here is where the legs will come out, the supporting legs. And here is the basket on top, so I can see everything before I park the car, where the supporting legs will go, so I can adjust the car exactly as I want to have it, and I know the legs will have enough room. So that's really big difference to have. Here is our controlling board for the blue lights and the sirens. And over here is the control panel for the car lights and much more. We are just learning on the car now, so I'm not an expert yet. But here we have a new thermal camera, and this is just a remote control for the monitor on top. And here we have some chargers for the DeWalt equipment, and a charger for our Motorola Tetra system. We have one loose one, and then we have another one here which is built in. And here we have a measurement tool, so we can shoot out a laser and measure distances before we race the car. So we know approximately how long we can go. So we don't have all the equipment on the car yet. We are still adjusting it. Here we have a rescue basket, yeah. Another controller for the monitor on top. And here on this area here we will get a electric fan for the smoke. Battery driven, so it's on the way. Here's just the fuel tank. And here we have the gear for the supporting legs. Plastic supporting. Yeah, this is really clever.
For ice and snow.
Yes.
Here we have just some hoses and some keys to open up the stolts. So here in the back we have safety controllings for the legs, the supporting legs, so we can adjust them or lift them up if something happens. Here's a way up onto the ladder. Yeah.
Controls for the legs.
Mm-hmm. Here on the right side we have some rescue tools. Here's our rescue saw, similar as on this car on 131. Fire extinguisher, extra gas, and some, yeah. Over here, this is a generator, electric generator, and some more hoses, C hoses here, B hoses on the other side, and similar as on the other side, gear for the supporting legs. Over here we have some rescue tools, an axe, 2 crowbars, sledgehammer, and some extras here. This is extra equipment for the basket on the top. If we have to save people or something, then we can put some extra gear and, yeah, adjust. For example, the basket on the other side, the rescue basket. We can mold that onto the.
You can use it when you need to evacuate the people and take them down.
Yeah, yeah, and the orange rescue basket on the other side, we can adjust it and put it onto the basket here.
That is on
the
the
car.
front?
Yeah, so it's stuck there and safe to move. Over here, this is not complete yet, but we're waiting on some gear to adjust things here and line them up. Here we have 2 smoke diving gears and some falling equipment that we're going to hang that up here. So this is not completely ready, but soon it will be. Here's some more safety gear for breathing. And no entry banners we can put up if we have to close the area. We always used to use the police banner, but we decided to make our own.
Yeah.
So this is the new Scania ladder car, 2022.
So we're currently at 21 meters in the air, and I like it here because I can see all the mountains, and some mountains that are really far away, and so yeah, and I can see my little town. So I like this car. It's a brand new car. We got it like 2 months ago to the country, and we're training our firefighters to, yeah, so they can handle him. And yeah, so yeah, these are the controls. I can move them far and back, and if I move this sideways, then we control the furthest leg there most near us, and he will go down and up, and so I can drag the ladder together and out here, up and down. Yeah, then maybe we can turn around, so hold on. Okay, so you can see it can reach pretty far. Okay, so if we put the basket here on a roof or something, we can press a button and the ladder will, he will fix the steps, so they won't be like this, and he will make them go, so you cannot put your feet. So we'll just press this one. A little further back. So now the stairs are all in sync. So this is when we are extracting people. The old one, when I started out in the fire department, the old ladder was used in when we had pretty bad accidents, and the committee that investigates car crashes and airplane crashes, they used to call us out on the ladder, and we could get them high up to take pictures. That was before the drones. So yeah, it was quite often. In this area we have roads that people are driving in very high speeds, and it's Iceland, so the roads can be icy, and we have our share of car accidents here, and they are often pretty high intense because of the speed and snow. So we have a lot of those here. And usually after the summertime, when the first ice on the road comes, it's common that the cars like Jeeps that have rear wheel drives, they start to spin in the back and they flip over. Okay, we were called out one day in a fire in a power plant in Helliseiði, and we have a deal with the power plants here in the area because we have a lot of them in our area, and yeah, we have a call of a fire, and I was driving the 131, the first fire truck over there, and it did not look good. It was this high fire from the middle of the building, and all these power stations are filled with gases and oil and fumes, really hard fumes, and it took a while, but not as we thought, because it looked really bad, but it was a good operation, and we teamed up with the capital area. We met them in the middle because it's kind of our territory, but they are kind of closer than we are in that terms. So we teamed up and did this really well.
Here we have another truck. It's a water tank truck. Yeah. Mercedes, like we can see. Mm-hmm. What you can say about this car?
This is a Mercedes 2012 model. Mm-hmm. We got it in 2016. Very little used, but this is one of two of this we got 2016. One here and one in Flúðir. So we have 7 stations, and we have few cars, water supply cars like this one. This one has 15,000 liters of water, and also in the front of the tank here we have we call it the swimming pool. It's a rubber pool that we can
you can fill up
the water, and then the car can go and get more while the pump car uses the water. So yeah, that's a good system, and we have 4 of these water supply cars. So if we have big demand on water, we can have 4 cars running and 1 or 2 of these swimming pools that we keep the water in. Because here in our area we have the biggest summer house areas in Iceland, so there's a lot of summer houses, and some places there is not a lot of water. So we have to have a few of these cars. Other than that, there's not very much equipment on the car, but we'll show you what is on it. So here on this side we have a few 3-inch hose lines, and then the 3-inch or 2.5-inch hard hose, so we can suck up water from waters and rivers or something like that. Here we have a pre-ready work line.
Hose line with the end.
Yeah, so we can just drag this one out and it's ready.
And it's ready to use.
Yeah. So this is one 3-inch hose and 2 1.5-inch connected together with this mounting piece here, and then a nozzle on the end. And then there's one extra nozzle here.
This car can be used as a separate pump engine. We have pump in the back, so we can use it, connect this hose just straight to the car.
If we don't have other cars, this one can pump out water. So this car is pretty high here in the back. So we made a special stair here. So we can walk up here and work on it. So this is a pump, Tohatsu. It pumps out 2,000 liters per minute. And yeah, it's just some small equipment here for managing the hose lines and the pump. And here on the other side, we have 2 4-inch hose lines and 3 4-inch hard hoses for sucking up water. There's not a lot of equipment here, but we have one loose Motorola Tetra, and here's one working VHF. And here's the remote for the blue lights and the sirens, and over here. And that's about it for the equipment. We have a GPS here.
Here we have the Mercedes. It's another car that you have in your fire station. So what you can say for us about it?
Yeah, this is our second fire engine. So this is if we
we can see the number here.
Yeah,
on the door.
132. So this is a fire engine number 2, and we on the day shift here we use this a lot for smaller assignments. And if you have to go far from the station here, then we keep the main car for the part-time firefighters that would come, and we take this one further away. So we have a backup here in the more populated area.
We talked before, and you said that finally you are firefighters.
Yeah.
Tell us for us why.
Yeah, we got a call 2 weeks ago about saving a cat from a tree. So
it's possible even here.
Yeah, we went to get it on this car, used the stair on the top, climbed the tree and saved the cat. So it was fun.
It was fun.
Nice to save a cat.
Yeah, and nice to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
The thing is about that, saving this cat, I never believed the cat were in any trouble. But actually this was a kitten, and he was really high up, and he just had this paws like this, really scared, and had been there all morning, and we went there like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Yeah. So he was in danger.
Yeah.
New adventure for us, for you. Okay, what do we have here?
Here we just have our main hoses, 4-inch, 3-inch, and yeah, only 3 and 4 inches here. So and one fire extinguisher, and this is a holder for lights. This one is a little bit older than the main car.
But still working.
Yeah, still working, and we use it a lot for, like I said, smaller assignments, and when we want to keep the main car here for something bigger or something. Here we have tools, our safety gear for when we're working in heights. Two smoke divers gears and extra bolts. This is foot for the controller board for the smoke divers. So we put this up in front of the entrance and lock which smoke diver is going in and where he's going, how much air he has, and the time. And the controller over the smoke divers, he locks when they go in, when they should come out, and everything like that. So, and here in the bottom we have a lot of tools, crowbars, bolt cutters, and something like that. So, foam blender, foam nozzle, lights, electric cords, electric generator, and some gasoline. So yeah, this is Rosenbauer, made in Norway. It's manual and quite easy to use. Nothing, you just have to read the labels and you can work on it.
Actually, because of our part-time firefighters, we have these labels, like you saw on the main panel on the other truck, because they are not so often practicing. And although we have the most exercises in the country in our department, but this is better for them. They were really glad when we did.
Then everything is clear and
yeah, because
easier.
Men know most of the things, but they can forget small things, and then it's easy just to freshen up and read the labels.
Yeah, like of course when you're on the scene, you know the adrenaline and everything. You just can read the labels.
Nothing much to say about this, but a lot of different, connecting possibilities.
This one is maybe interesting. This is a plug for a milk car.
American cars.
No,
milk.
The milk
Tanks.
cars that drive to get the milk from the farmers.
Okay.
They have these plugs here. So we have this on our cars. If in emergencies we would have to call out the milk cars to help us to get water, then we can connect our trucks to their cars and
Or bring to you a milk.
Yeah.
So,
no water.
So we have the biggest milk producer in the country here.
Okay.
So that's why we have those plugs. But I'm not sure if they will be happy if we call them, because
it's only for big emergencies. Here we have more hose lines. Here on the top, 1 inch, 50 meters on each roll. And then here, this is Mark B, but these are C hoses, 1.5 inch. And a different variety of nozzles. Some tar remover, hose bridges, so cars can drive over when we lay the hoses. And a roller to roll up the hoses. Over here we have cleaning up gear from, for example, traffic accidents. We have, like on the first fire engine, some moss here in these buckets, plastic, and some paper towels, 4 containers of foam. So about 80 liters of foam concentrate. And we have a lot more here on the station, so if we know we are going to use foam, we send for more foam immediately, so we can start working on the foam. Some smoke blower, gasoline, this one. We don't have an electric one on this engine. And fire extinguisher. And some tools for the rescue gear, which is in this closet. So here's the rescue gear, Holmatro also, like in the first engine. And here the hoses are more soft and more used, so some hazmat gear to clean up spills of toxic chemicals, 2 axes, and some timber for building up if we have to lift something. Here we have one small stair, and
the big one ladder is on the top.
Yeah. So here in the front we have some lights that we can shoot up and light up the area. Here we have 2 ladders. Hook ladder, like on the other car, we can hook onto the roof of houses or something like that. And under here we have a big rescue ladder. Some hard hose lines we can suck up water with or move between cars. And then some tools here for shovels, brooms, and some clapper to put out
for a grass fire?
Grass fires and something like that.
Here we have the last one car, it's a leather.
Yeah, this is a Mercedes, it's 1979 model, so it's quite old. We have used it until today, and we are about to take it out of service because of the new car we got. And yeah, it has served us well, so we like it per se, but we are also happy to get a new one.
How high is this ladder?
24 meters.
And the new one?
32.
So it's much higher.
Yeah, and this one is disabled by that part. He can go high, but he can not go far from the vehicle. You can't go long from it. You maybe, if you have to go, if we would park it here and we would want to rescue someone from there, it's okay maybe, but we can't go any longer than maybe 8 to 10 meters. So in the other car we can go maybe 25 meters from the car. So that's a big difference.
How we can call for this trailer? It's
this is training
air
and
compressor.
Yeah, we use it both during training calls and maybe, like for example, we had an airplane accident in Þingvellir in this winter. Then we brought this there, and the divers, they could fill up their oxygen tanks or air tanks there by these machines here, generator and compressor. And people can use this to shield from the weather, and we have a coffee machine here and something. Yeah, so it's nice to get inside, and if you have to change or just get in from the weather. So.
Yeah, we've also had problems like with cold when we are working long missions, and these trains here, they just are frozen, so we can produce heat here and then change there
because it's much more warm.
Yeah. So we actually had many problems with cold and this equipment.
So this compressor here can fill up the air tanks and pump in more than 300 bars, just like our big here in the station, but this is a little bit smaller and movable. So if we were to take this to a location, we would park it, and then we would take this generator out and plug it in here in the front, and then it supplies everything here with electricity, and then we can run this. We have a coffee machine here, big one, and yeah, and some gear, extra communication, smoke diving gear. Here is the control board for the smoke divers, and some extra safety gear here in the closet. Coffee mugs. So it's a little bit of everything.
We are outside, and here we can see container.
Yeah.
What is there?
This is a training facility we made a few years ago. We can, for example, raise the roof and then train to work on roof that is slope, and also we can train here to how to open doors that are locked or break in. And we get a lot of people from all over Iceland to train here with us. I think this is the only door in Iceland now, like this one, to train. So we can put some timber here up and here, and then we can put steel bolts here in 5 places. It depends on how stiff you want to have the door. So each bolt replicates one lock in a normal door. So if you have one, it's just like a one lock door, and if you have 3, it's like a three bolt door. So and here on the inside we can train to get the other way if the doors are opening in, and we can put up these walls here to make it tighter, so it's more difficult to adjust with the crowbars. We use crowbars and sledgehammer, and also we can train with a ram to break up the door by force. And also we have here on the inside we can put in a inside door that is more fragile than this one. So, and yeah, like I said, we can raise the roof on this side here, and then we can practice on the roof, and you can open up the doors. We can take up small parts of the floor. We can fill this up with smoke and practice how we go under the floor and up another place. So it's a lot of options here.
It was your idea to build this container?
Not my idea, but someone here, and one of our firefighters built this.
Yeah.
So we have some LED strips here and lights. There's a car battery on the front, so we can raise with this motor here. So we can raise the roof. And we can also open here on this side. This can all be opened. And we have sometimes used this also when there are big operations somewhere. We've moved this and lent it as a coffee area or something. Then we put some wood in the floor, and people can shelter here and have coffee or something.
We have the party bus.
Yeah, this is our people transportation. We use this both in training and big call-outs. And we have, I think, 1, 2, 3. We have 4 of these, this size, 14 people, 14 passengers. And yeah, we use this, like I said, for both training and in big call-outs.
And the last car is?
This is we have a few people that are exchanging between weeks. So there's one captain on call this week, and he has this car 24/7, takes it home with him, and if there is a call, for example, tonight or in the night, he goes straight in this car to the scene. And
straight to accident place.
Yeah. And we come here and get the big car, and he can start planning and doing everything to, move things before we get there. So here's the captain's gear, and here in the back we have a lot of everything. We have a medical backpack, yeah, exactly, and some energy for the firefighters and water, some breathing equipment, and then some crowbars to break up doors, some tools here in the metal chest, and here in this one we have a Holmatro battery pack that we can use on cars in small car accidents, and sometimes we can just cut off a door or get people out with just this one.
And also thermal camera.
Yeah, thermal camera, yeah. So this is both a cutter and a spreader. It can lift 7 tons and cut about 20 tons, I think. So it both has a cutter here and a spreader on the end, so we can lift. Very handy. We have 2 of these, one in this car and one in another Nissan Navara. There is also a captain's car in the winter time, so we can change if there's a lot of snow. We park this one and take the Navara.
So here we have a control room.
Yeah. This is our multifunctional room, our main control room for big accidents and big things that we are working on. We also teach here. This is our main teaching facility here. We have a projector here and a camera here, so we can see all the room and change this camera with a remote, so we can have big teaching things here in this room. So also when we get big accidents and stuff like that, we get the police, the chief of the ambulance, and the search and rescue team, and the fire department. We all meet here, at least someone from each department, and control everything here from here.
Around a month ago, on your operation area was an accident. I mean the accident with a Cessna, that the small plane was crashed.
Yeah.
I guess that this room was used there.
Yeah. Then we have, like you see on this side here, we have one computer with 2 screens marked for every department, and then we have 4 big screens on top, and we can cast the things we want up to these big screens, so everybody in here working can see well what's going on. And then on this side we have 2 more computers, and everybody can access the big screens and share, and then we have boards here that we can draw things on, keep track of everything that's going on, how many victims, how many people saved, and stuff like that. So, and yeah, we can change up this setting here with the tables if we need to. We also use this as a meeting or conference room. So we use this for a lot.
Can you tell us something more about this action? What was this action like?
In Þingvallavatn?
Yeah.
It took some time. It took a few days to get some results there. So we mostly had some people working here, but I'm not sure how or what they were doing. I wasn't here, but they are at least controlling everything that needs to be how many people are going up to the lake, what gear do they need, what do we need to order for food or something. So they are planning everything here, so the people that are working in the area, they don't need things or have to worry about these things.
We know that it was the massive search and rescue action because around 1,000 people were there.
Yeah, I think it started like the plane went missing because of the time factor on the plane when it took off, and the fuel in the plane didn't match, so the word got out that the plane was lost, and the search and rescue team then got together with the police and they coordinated a search for the plane, and that took a couple of days. And we were on standby, we took together gear to take with a helicopter if the plane would be found on a mountain or something, and we had to extract patients. Yeah, then it took a couple of days for them to locate it with their team, that the area would be Þingvallavatn, the water where the plane was found. And yeah, they got the search area smaller and smaller and started to focus on Þingvallavatn, and then they found the plane with remote controlled subs, submarines.
This room is used to control big things like this, mostly around the southern Iceland shore. There's another room like this, a little bit smaller in Hvolsvöllur, and that's used also if the things are happening a little bit more east.
Here we have a maps.
Yeah.
So how big is your area?
Our area as a fire department, if I start by showing you that, here is the capital, Reykjavík. So around here, this line here, up to the glaciers, here, and this way down here. Here, yeah. So it's like this. And the ambulance that are here and the hospital next door here, they have the ambulance area. It's mostly like this. And all the way here to which is there. So it's 1/3 of Iceland. But they have a few ambulances. They have one in Hvolsvöllur, which is here, one in Vík, one in Klaustur, which is here, and I think 2 in Höfn. So yeah, it's a big area.
How far is from Selfoss, from the fire station to last point, to Hof?
401 kilometers.
400 kilometers.
And also they have all the biggest mountain areas like Landmannalaugar and all the traffic tourist attractions.
You don't have any emergency helicopters?
No.
But I heard that it's a plan to buy one.
It has been it's been a plan for some time. We don't know when, but probably sometime it will be a reality to have a medical helicopter here in southern Iceland.
We get a lot of help from the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
They provide us with helicopter when we need one.
Where is a Coast Guard station?
They're stationed in Reykjavík.
Reykjavík, by Reykjavík Airport. But the ambulances here from Selfoss and Hvolsvöllur, they go, especially in the summertime, a lot to the mountains here to pick up people that have broken their legs or had some accidents. And the problem with that is the cars are not equipped for driving on these roads. And when you have a patient with a broken back or broken leg, and it's not comfortable to drive for 2-3 hours like this.
On off-road?
Yeah. So we try to use the helicopter as much as we can, but it's not always an option. Yeah.
Yuli, on the end of the day, I would like to say thank you for your time. Thank you that you showed for us the fire station, all tracks. and thank you for your help.
Okay, thank you for
Thank you
coming.
very much.
Thank you.